What's up, Godzilla fans? Godzilla51 here, and today we are going to be doing my top 5 pick for the top 5 greatest Godzilla games of all time. So let's begin on number 5. So for number 5, I chose Godzilla Generations Maximum Impact. Now, Godzilla Generations Maximum Impact is actually the sequel to Godzilla Generations, and Godzilla Generations Maximum Impact came out in December 23rd, 1999, and was for the Sega Dreamcast. Now, I personally actually got to play it while I was over in Chicago for G-Fest over the previous summer. So yeah, it was a really fun game. What I think is really cool about it is that it's an on-rail shooter. While it might not seem good on paper, it's actually very fun because you can blast enemies from tanks to planes to anything in the sky, anything on the ground, to monsters, basically with your atomic breath. And you can charge up your atomic breath to actually fire a spiral beam. Now, me being a huge Heisei fan, also, I do take a huge liking towards this game because this game includes every Heisei monster from the Heisei series. It actually goes in order. So it goes Biollante, King Ghidorah, Mothra, Mechagodzilla 2, Space Godzilla, and Destroya. Now, what's also very interesting about these monsters, though, is that each one of them, or most of them, have their own unique design that the developers decided to give them. Kind of their own take on it. And the one I like the most is actually Mechagodzilla 2. Now, my favorite Mechagodzilla is Mechagodzilla 2. And this actually isn't a bad idea either. He just looks so cool. I just love the entire game in general, even though Godzilla looks a little derpish. Also, one major plus about this game, and what deserves its number 5 place on this list, is its amazing soundtrack. I'm probably playing it in the background right now because that's how much that soundtrack is amazing. I love it. Alright, now for number 4, I chose Godzilla Unleashed. Now, Godzilla Unleashed is, of course, the third and final installment of the Simon Strange saga, which includes Godzilla Destroy All Monsters and Godzilla Save the Earth. But something that Godzilla Unleashed did wrong was its controls. Now, I know a lot of people hate on this, and personally, I don't find it that much of a deal, but for things like throwing and stuff like that, that's one problem I have with it. Also, just for like jumping and stuff, that's another. But for the pluses about the game, the pluses is that like it has a bunch of monsters. It has so many. But the PS2 version is really bad. I'm talking about the Wii. But it has a lot of monsters to choose from. It has a lot of cool maps. Even though they're smaller, I still like them. The graphics were amazing for the time. It was the best Godzilla game, or best looking Godzilla game, up until the new one that came out. But it really looks good for 2007. Also, I really liked how it looked whenever you hit a building. It had like just smoke around it. It was really cool looking. But I liked the whole game in general. It was pretty cool. The soundtrack was alright. The cutscenes were very boring. But yeah, I liked it. It wasn't the best final installment. It was pretty cool. I like Godzilla Unleashed. Now for my number 3 pick, I chose Godzilla Save the Earth. Now, Godzilla Save the Earth was the sequel to Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, and Godzilla Unleashed was the sequel to Godzilla Save the Earth. Now, Godzilla Save the Earth was a really fun game. I really think that it really stepped up in a point, but in other points kind of took a step back from Destroy All Monsters. But what I think it did awesome was that it added a lot more monsters. Also, the graphics were better, of course. So yeah, that was really cool. I just really liked it. You could play as Jet Jaguar, which was really fun. I really liked that. You get to run around. The mechanics worked great. I really liked that too. The soundtrack was not as memorable as the other two, Destroy All Monsters and Unleashed, but I still liked the game in general. It was really fun to play. I really liked it. Like I said, the graphics for the time were pretty good too. The intro, oh my god, was awesome. But one thing I didn't like about the game too was also those minigames. They were just really stupid in my opinion. But yeah, there's not much else I can really say, because overall it's a pretty good game, so I do like Godzilla Save the Earth. And now for number 2, we have Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, which is basically Godzilla Unleashed and Godzilla Save the Earth, but done so much better. I mean, this is my childhood game, by the way. I remember by the time I was about 6, I had a little GameCube. I had a bunch of them actually, and I used to always pop in Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, and I still have the original copy that I own since then. This game has been with me forever. I love this game for that. That's why it's my number 2 pick. I mean, this game is just so epic and so awesome. The graphics were amazing for the time, especially for Godzilla. I mean, I loved it. The sound effects were awesome. You had all the cool classic kind of Godzilla monsters. You had Destroya, you had King Ghidorah, you had Mothra. Well, technically you can play as her. But I mean, you had Orga, you had all these different guys. These were really cool guys, you know. It was really fun to play with, and it was just really cool. I really loved the game. The mechanics were also really cool. That's one of the things I also really liked about it, because like all the other games before that, I mean, they were basically all crap, you know? The NES, and then you had Super Godzilla, and you had all these other games, you know? They were just basically crap. But this one came along and it was awesome. So that's why it is my number 2 pick. And as for number 1, beating Godzilla Generations Maximum Impact, Godzilla Unleashed, Godzilla Save the Earth, and Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, it is, of course, Godzilla for the PS3. Now, let me tell you guys, this is the first Godzilla game, besides Godzilla Smash 3, but I don't really count that I was, like, super stoked for, I was hyped for. I was watching all of the trailers and stuff like that, you know? It was just a good time. It was basically like a mini Godzilla 2014 almost, you know? So it was really cool, that part, leading up to it. I mean, I pre-ordered it and stuff like that on PlayAsia.com and stuff when it came in. Oh, I was so stoked. I was so happy. Also, the cover is just amazing. But what I remember a lot, like, you know, when I first got the game, I was like, this is gonna be awesome. And let me tell you guys that I was not kidding myself. This game is amazing. I mean, this game it has the best graphics ever in a Godzilla game. It really looks good. The monster details are so detailed. And there's so many cool concepts about the game. Even though it's in Japanese, I still get plenty of enjoyment out of it. I mean, I absolutely love the crap out of this thing. I mean, there's destruction mode. Now, while it does kind of suck how you can't play as Godzilla 2014 in destruction mode, and neither Burning Godzilla, but still. I mean, the destruction mode is just fun in itself, you know? You get to go around just destroying buildings, and it is like Godzilla Generations, you know? But also, you have King of the Monsters, which is basically like a boss run, and diorama mode and stuff like that. I've actually played around with that, and while you can't actually understand or anything like that, you know, and it does kind of suck that there is no multiplayer, I still love it though. And I love the secret ending. If you guys want to, you know, hear it spoiled, but I'm sure none of you care. You fight Godzilla 2014 at the end, and that's so awesome, you know? You fight him at the end, and then you get frozen, you get thrown into the thing. It's just so epic, it's so awesome. I love this game so much, with its different atomic breaths, with the nuclear pulse and stuff like that. All the different monsters you can fight, the graphics, and Gotengo, and Atriga, or, you know, what... all the different kind of EDF stuff, like you have Super X, Super X2, and Super X3, Mechagodzilla 2, Mechagodzilla 3, you know, it's just so awesome. Yeah, guys. But that's basically my list for my top 5 Godzilla video games. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, enjoy this video. Also, tell me down below what you guys, or what your top 5 is. But thank you guys so much for watching again, and Godzilla 5400, as always, out.